What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk some football. We have an exciting Week 5 matchup in the Big Ten between Minnesota, the Golden Gophers, as well as the Michigan Wolverines, fresh off a win in primetime, exciting fashion against USC, where we do get a little bit of a trickle-down effect. We'll see what actually happens here within the Michigan Wolverines and how they respond. Maybe a little bit of a letdown spot. Maybe Minnesota's live in this game. However, I'm going to tell you guys how I feel about the side and the total as we break down the entire game between Michigan and Minnesota. Okay, so this is a 12 o'clock kickoff coming to you guys live in Ann Arbor. Michigan comes into the season 3-1 on the season. Minnesota 2-2. We do look at this kind of from a against a spread perspective. Michigan 1-3 ATS, and Minnesota is 2-2 and 2-2, and they both go 2-2 to the over. So let's talk about some of the line movement, and we're going to use Outlier to talk about the breakdown of the pros versus Joes in terms of the betting splits. But if you guys haven't done so, totally free to do so. All I ask for you guys in return for watching these videos is to smash the like button and to please be sure to subscribe and let me know what you'll be betting in the comments box, okay? I think a lot of people get confused to subscribe here on YouTube. It's totally free. Just what's needed to do if you guys want to stay up to date when I do drop a video. If you turn on that notification bell, that comes directly to you in real time. So that's what we have going on. Also, if you guys want to become a channel member, join TBM, links down below for that. That's a great way to give back. And on X, if you want to follow me on that platform, totally free, just one way to communicate in real time. All right, but let's get into Outlier. Let's look at this game as we see the overwhelming amount of the money is on Michigan. In terms of the over-under, we look at the money. It's favoring the under. Conversely, with 52% of the bets are on on the over in the Michigan game. So we have seen this number drop a little bit. We did have an opening line of 12.5 Minnesota was getting on the road. Now we're kind of settling at that 10.5 number. The total has dropped a lot from 40.5 down to 34.5. We do have a lot of anticipation of wind and precipitation in the likes of college football Saturday today because of the fact that the hurricane is moving north. So we will probably get a lot of wind. We'll keep the totals down. I look for both of these clubs to run the football. I think that Michigan is going to be able to run the football very, very effectively, okay? Now, this is something where we look at Minnesota going against Iowa, one of the teams that you can definitely expect to have low scoring, but Iowa, with Cade McNamara at the helm, they have been an offensive bunch, okay? They've scored pretty much 30-plus points in all their games. It's been something where it's been an outlier for me. I started taking Iowa unders. It's kind of like a formula system of success I have that has not been profitable this year with Iowa's new return to action. But if you do like betting Iowa totals, and kind of a side note, I always look at now the second half, taking the over in the total in the Iowa game. They seem to be a way better second half team, break teams down, and then they end up running away late in the game. But now, as I said, this game, 10.5 point number for Minnesota. I do like Michigan, all right, and I don't say that too often, but we do get Alex Orji, a new upgrade at quarterback. Saw what he was able to do against USC. I think they're going to be able to run the football effectively. The only thing that scares me in this is the fact that I do like the under, okay? We have seen a lot of movement. It's a horrible number to take after seeing that number just absolutely fall, 40.5 down to 34.5. I would be all over the under 40.5, but I do have not an official play in this game, but I do have a very strong lean towards the under. If you can find a 35, great. Stay with that key number. This is where I think that we do get a phone booth. Excuse me. Cheers. Get some more coffee. A phone booth kind of performance where we don't get a lot of scoring. This might be 10-7 at halftime at best. Okay. Just how I feel about it. We kind of look at both of these teams and what they've been able to do. Minnesota, like I said, they're struggling to score. Only putting up 17 points, losing to North Carolina. That was unfathomable. And now Iowa, getting 14 points against Iowa, where that total was set around what we are at right now at 35. It's just how many points does Michigan score? Okay. That's going to be the big question. Okay, if you get a little letdown spot after the USC game, a little slow first half, maybe taking that first half total under, that would be kind of another way to bet it. But for me in this spot, we need to look at the numbers. We need to dive into it a little bit, but we can see kind of what Minnesota is able to do from a quarterback perspective. It's not going to really play into kind of the hands of this weather today. We also look at kind of the pass defense that we've looked at. Minnesota's defense does not really do have a lot of success against good rushing teams, and that's where I think Michigan's going to be able to run the ball effectively. And this is kind of where It's going to be a slow game. They're going to drain the clock. Michigan's going to grind it out, and this is something where Donovan Edwards and Khalil Mullings are going to have a lot of efficiency against this Minnesota club. It's just, let's just keep these big runs to a minimum. I think that Michigan might even have a chance to blank Minnesota in this spot. So I do lend towards taking the under. I want to get under 35, though, so I'm not going to bet this at 34.5. I know it's the worst part of the number, but I do like in favor of the under in this game, as well as the likes of Michigan. So I have Michigan winning by double digits, just a very low-scoring affair as we get a lot of wind, a lot of weather, and a lot of running of the football. So that's kind of where we're at. If we look at the defense for Michigan, that's kind of where Michigan has struggled. But we look at kind of their game plan against USC and how that second half was a tale of two halves. I think that they're going to really kind of have their way because both quarterbacks are not going to be able to throw the football in this wind. That's just kind of how I feel about it. So when you take the passing game out of the equation, both of these defenses are going to be able to play high efficient defense against the run. It's kind of like, it's those games where you know what's coming. It's a lot easier to call plays. It's a lot easier to load the box. You're going to get a lot of punts in this game. You're going to get a lot of running of the football. It's just how many big runs does Michigan convert into touchdowns? That's going to be the big story. My pick here for this game, I would lean more so towards taking Michigan, taking them at -9, 9.5. That number has gone out of control, though. I'm not going to take them at 10.5, getting above that key number of 10, but I do still have a strong lean towards the under 34.5 as well. So that's my breakdown. We'll see what happens. I do think Michigan, they run the football. I think Minnesota's going to be able to run the football. There's going to be a lot of punts. We are going to have the, chance for a ton of wind, ton of rain, and it's going to be kind of a slug it out, grind it out game where everybody just kind of wants to get a victory, where Michigan just wants to get the victory and get back into play in the Big Ten and kind of get on their way and get out here with the least amount of injuries as possible, and that's kind of where I'm at. So I do like the under. I do like Michigan laying the points, and we'll see what happens. But like I said, these are strong leans, not official plays. All right, so I appreciate you guys watching this short video. Good luck with your picks. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you have not already done so, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.